towns and villages of Scotland, a new kind of woman is emerging.
I've never felt right in the male body.
They were born male, but feel female.
I ended up with a male genitalia, but I've always had a female brain.
They are transgender. It's a hard thing for others to accept.
People round about shouting tranny, poof.
And even harder to accept it yourself.
Try to build myself up, try to be this big macho man.
But these transgender women are no longer hiding from the world.
Are you and I going out on a date tonight?
They're out there in our communities.
Cheers.
Driving our buses.
Thank you.
Delivering our mail. And working hard to gain our understanding and acceptance.
I didn't know what a transgender was until actually Anne explained it to me.
This is the story of 5 transgender women in Scotland today.
Gladys, can I see your operation? Guy, come in to the ladies.
And the challenges they face on the road to becoming who they really are.
That's a better vagina than I've got, you know.
Perth Bus Depot, 7 a.m. The drivers are preparing their vehicles for another day on the road. Among them is Anne Stewart.
I'm just checking the bus over, make sure everything's fit for passenger use. Check the disabled ramp.
Anne has been a bus driver for 17 years. Until 1 year ago, she was living and working as a man. Then one day, she arrived at work looking different. The change took her workmates completely by surprise.
I remember the first day came in, makeup and all the rest of it. I kind of shuffled out the door.
You avoided me a lot.
Really, to my shame,
yeah.
From my point of view. The last time I saw Anne, he was a 6'2" bloke. The next time he walks in, he's got makeup on and a wig and you can't just suddenly, right, Anne, how's it going,
You can't, no.
It's, shit, do you know what I mean?
I was like that. Right, okay, I'll leave and be.
I'm so glad that when I came back that Anne was here. And it was like, and I had all morning to think about it and I thought, no. We're going to go in, personally I'm going to sort this out, do you know what I mean? Because I felt a bit of shame, I felt embarrassed. He never hurt anyone, he didn't murder anyone, he didn't abuse anyone. Do you know what I mean? Why am I getting myself in such a stushy? And he's got a pro-choice in Neil Varnish, I don't know.
Yeah. Stagecoach colours this morning.
That's OTT, mate.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You're creasing now.
Yeah, I know.
Anne is going through what is known as the transition. She's been officially diagnosed with gender dysphoria, meaning there is a mismatch between the biological sex she was assigned at birth and the gender she identifies with or feels herself to be. She's recently begun her journey to change from being male to being physically female. Anne already lives as a woman 24/7, dressing as a woman at work and at home. And thanks to hormone therapy, her body is beginning to change too.
I've started to notice my skin's getting a lot softer and I am starting to develop breasts, but nothing to shout about at the moment, unfortunately.
And that doesn't sound crass, but is that exciting to see?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I want more than there's a pair of breasts. Very exciting.
Driving a bus, Anne is in the public eye for up to 12 hours a day. When she first came out, her appearance caused a few raised eyebrows.
Thank you. When I first knew Anne, she was a man. I can't remember, was it Trevor? Malcolm? Never. But I used to pass and I go, oh my God. He got out the wrong side of the bed this morning. He was no a nice person at all. But now, what a difference. I mean, Monday I came on and I was distracted by her boobs. I went, oh my God, she's got to have bigger boobs than me. That's not fair.
What do you think of her driving?
Oh, she's good. But there again, she was good as a man, but she's better as a woman. But then again, I would say that because I'm a woman. Well, I think I'm a woman. I've not looked lately.
Being slowly accepted by her regular passengers is giving Anne the confidence she needs to continue living and working as a woman.
I feel more comfortable here as Anne than I did when I was Neville. You know, that says something, really.
He's a cheerier bugger now than he used to be.
Oh, aye. I was a right miserable sod when I was Neville.
I would agree with that.
I didn't know what a transgender was until actually Anne explained it to me. But I suppose it doesn't matter what she is. To us, she's just like all the lasses in here, she's one of the lads. Ken what I mean?
Coming out to her workmates is just one step on a long and difficult journey. But Anne's ultimate goal, a full physical sex change, is still a long way off. To qualify for gender reassignment surgery, Anne has to live full-time as a woman for at least 2 years and prove to a psychologist that she is fully committed to changing her gender.
If they told me I can get it done tomorrow, I'd be there. I just want it all done, finished, and just move on with my life. Hopefully one day find a fella and settle down. It's the waiting I hate. The wait's so long. It gets frustrating at times, really frustrating. But you know you'll get there in the end. It's just a matter of waiting. Waiting for your turn, so to speak.
Many transgender people struggle for years to understand who they really are. They can often become isolated and desperate.
That picture was taken 6 years ago, and that was about 6 months before I tried to hang myself. When you look at that picture closely, and you look at the way I smiled, the way I looked in that, you know, it was like a kind of forced smile, but I was a mile miles away. When I look at that picture now, you know, I can't believe just so much I've changed.
Carla lives in the small town of Linwood in Renfrewshire. She has recently undergone full gender reassignment surgery.
Perfecto.
After a long convalescence at home, she's finally going out for the first time since the operation.
One of the biggest difficulties when they're recovering from the surgery is it's more that, you know, they're trying to get up and walk, and because the skin's all really stretched down there, it's too difficult to stand for any length of time.
Carla spent much of her life feeling deeply confused about who she really was, and that she had no option but to cover up her true identity.
I tried to run away from myself all these years, you know, try to build myself up, try to be this big macho man, and at the end of the day, it's no point in trying to run away from yourself, because at the end of the day, it'll just come back and bite you back in the backside, you know, big time, and when it does, then, you know, all hell breaks loose.
The surgery was a major step in Carla's transgender journey. But recovering from the operation takes time, physically as well as mentally.
Okay, Carla. I'm just a bit emotional now.
What's up?
Huh?
What's up?
It's just, you know, it's been through so much, you know, it's just, sure, I'm back out again. Back out again, just means that a lot to me to get back out. I'm just going to head back now because I'm getting a wee bit sore now. Just looking back and, you know, I think, you know, I've got here, but, you know, even though I've had the operation stuff, it's not over, but it will get better, you know, as time goes on, but, you know, we'll get there.
Carla was almost 40 before she received the help she needed. Young transgender people today have a better chance of finding the right treatment. The question is, can they find acceptance? Bea Wallace is 17 years old. She lives at home with her parents in Alloa.
Can you tell me what you're doing just now?
Putting my eye cream on. so I don't get wrinkles. Don't want to be old.
From an early age, Bee's parents noticed there was something unique about her.
If she was younger than 2, we knew she was different. But we had to wait until she came to us and said, I want to be a woman. So we didn't have a problem with that.
I've never felt right in a male body, even when I was younger. In PE, I used to hate going into the boys' changing rooms. I hated doing anything where I would have to take my clothes off and get changed. I couldn't even go swimming. I hated my life so much back then.
At 14, Bee was diagnosed with gender dysphoria. 3 years on, she is just beginning hormone therapy.
These are my hormone tablets. My hormone replacement tablets, which I'm going to take every day for the rest of my life. Oh, I hate taking tablets.
Hormone therapy will help to soften Bee's skin and encourage the growth of breast tissue. But it's not without its side effects.
I would say the only real big difference would be moody. She's a crabbit bitch. I shouldn't have said that, I know. No. All right. She could be a real crab at times. That's when I think to myself, oh, she's like her mother. Shouldn't have said that either.
Bee's family was quick to accept her. But as she went through puberty, Bee found it increasingly hard to accept herself.
Because Bee knew herself that she was different when she was young, but she maybe didn't know exactly what. She was going through a kind of bad stage, cutting her arms, setting fire at the bedroom, got a brand new bed, set fire at the bed.
Tried to split her tongue with a pair of scissors at Gran's one night. That was interesting. We went through the next one, there's paper hankies lying all over the place, and Bees decided to try and split her tongue.
Blood everywhere.
Through those difficult years, Bee and her family also faced open hostility from some in the local community.
Sitting out in the garden and just people round about shouting tranny, poof, just all the bad names that you get. It just really infuriates me. I've got a short fuse as it is, so I didn't really need my own child being brought down.
I just ignore it, keep on walking, just stick my head up. I'm above them, they're like way below. I'm going to go somewhere in life.
Growing up, Bee was drawn to all things feminine. Since leaving school, she's been working part-time as a makeup artist in a local beauty salon.
Okay. Fab.
And hopes to turn her passion for makeup into a successful career.
I really want to be like a famous makeup artist. Well, not like a famous makeup artist. Like, I don't care if I become famous for it. But I would like to be doing celebrities' makeup. That would be amazing. I'd be loving life. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Look at me. Right, you can look in the mirror.
No, I'm gonna get out. Oh my god, it's amazing.
I kind of leave it Stevens before.
Oh, look at the glitter. I love it, by the way. Thank you.
No problem. That was fun.
Without the support of her family and her doctor, Bee's transition might have been much more traumatic. Anne, who is a generation older, grew up confused and suppressed. Cut off from any useful information and support, she had no way of understanding who she really was. Neither did her mum.
That's
Neville.
Neville James. And he was only 9 months old at that time. 9 going on 10 months.
Now Anne.
There's now Anne.
There's now me.
At first I was hurt and I thought, what is all this about? Because in his younger years I never ever saw any inkling that there was anything like that.
I was frightened, I was scared in case sometime you might get attacked because of what was going on. There's always somebody's got an issue about it.
The main question was, why do you want to be a woman? Simple answer is that, it's because I've always been a woman, just born in the wrong body. People automatically think I'm gay, but it's just not the case. Yes, I have a physical body of a man, but mentally I'm a woman.
I always wanted a daughter. Didn't think I was going to get one this way, but there you go. It's happened and nothing you can do about it.
Anne entered adulthood unaware that she was transgender. She lived like a man. She got married. But even as she watched her wife give birth to their son, Anne could feel there was something fundamentally wrong.
Well, when she was in the hospital giving birth, all I could think about was, this isn't right. That should be me lying there. That was always going through my head, and I stood there thinking, why the hell am I thinking this? And then there was real jealousy. You know, it should be me giving birth, no, not her.
In 2010, Anne finally found the courage to tell her wife and family that she was transgender. The marriage collapsed, and Anne became estranged from her son. She fell into a deep depression.
I just couldn't cope anymore. It was just too much. So I went to Tesco's that afternoon, got myself a bottle of whiskey. I got about 10 packets of paracetamol. Went back home, sat on the couch, I drank half the bottle of whiskey. And by that time I was well and truly pissed by then, but I was still adamant I was going to go through with it. I had a handful of pills in my hand. My dog was sat right in front of me, she was watching me. And she came wandering up and she just nudged all the pills out of my hand and onto the floor. And because I was that pissed, I couldn't be arsed picking them up. I just started crying then, and I just curled up in a little ball on the sofa and fell asleep. I woke up about 12 hours later, and the dog still sat there watching me, making sure that I was okay.
When I was 48 and I was Ian, I can't think of life beyond 48. It's like it was time for Jan to come out. And the idea is to live as long as I can, help as many people as I can, and thoroughly enjoy life. When I was conceived, I was a female. And between 6 and 9 weeks, my mum got a rush of hormones, whether to determine me being a male or a female. I ended up with a male genitalia, but I've always had a female brain.
Jan Irvin comes from an ex-mining community in Midlothian, where she has lived and worked for most of her adult life. She came out as transgender in 2001 and had gender reassignment surgery in 2004. Due to the bullying and discrimination she experienced during her transition, Jan decided to make it her mission to educate people about what it means to be transgender in order to make life easier for future generations. Today she's giving a talk to beauty therapy students at a local college.
Just like yesterday at 15, I went to my dad dressed in my mum's clothes and I put my hands out and I says, Dad, there's something wrong. And it wasn't about wearing the clothes, it was how I felt inside. But to let you understand, when I was 15, they virtually had 3 ways of treating you. 1, they locked you up and threw the key away. 2, they treated you as if you were schizophrenic. But the most horrifying thing was you got electric shock aversion therapy. And what they used to do was dress you up in women's clothes and shock you till you vomited over yourself. That's how they used to treat you, thinking that if you vomited over yourself, you would have an aversion to putting women's clothes on. I have to remember that there could be somebody in the audience like me, and they could be really confused about their orientation, or whatever. I didn't want to frighten them. I didn't want to scare them. I want to help them or encourage them to come out.
You probably speak to a lot of people, or younger people now, that are going through a transgender journey. Do you think your journey would have been a bit easier
now?
Going through it now?
If you're different at all in this life, you're treated different. But we're getting better. I'm not going to change the world, but I'll help to make it a better place. And it's no for likes of me, it's for the people that come after me now. And they will listen to you if you're younger. And that's a good thing.
I was upset to hear about when she was younger, and I think it's sad that that's what they had to go through. And I mean, there are a lot of people are open today about the situation, but it's not fair. Sorry. Do you know, it's like Jan says, you cut me, I bleed just the same, so why should anybody be treated any differently?
And though the truth is sometimes difficult and confusing, Jan never wastes an opportunity to educate the wider public on trans issues.
Where does your penis go when...
My penis?
Yeah.
Basically, the only thing that they don't use is your testicles. They use every other part. The tip of your penis is your clitoris, because that's the most sensitive part. That's if you go for it. And basically they just turn your willy outside in.
So you could have normal sex with a male?
Oh, aye, no bother.
That's strange.
Eh?
That's strange.
But I think I was saying that to the guys earlier on. No, I didn't change my sex to have sex with somebody.
Aye.
I changed it because the majority of my life I didn't recognise the person when I was looking in the mirror, where now I do.
I see.
And that's what it's about, gender identity.
Before realising she was transgender, Jan was married with a son. 14 years ago she came out to her family. The marriage ended and her son broke off all contact. But like any other woman, Jan still has a natural desire to be maternal.
Wee! Do you want to go higher? No. Layla is my friend's daughter. And I occasionally look after her at the weekend. And she's brought a big difference to my life. And I think the reason being is because I have grandchildren and I'm not allowed to see them. You what now? Yeah. Right, what about Tigger? Have I to leave him? Oh, on your belly again. Oh dear, let me see. Magic lips will kiss it better. Let me see. Was that sore? The favourite thing is we share each other's time and company. You want to hide at a tree? Or will I hide? I suppose it'll be interesting when she grows up to see if she questions it. That'll be the thing. But up to now, I'm anti-Jan and I'll always be anti-Jan. What did I say?
You love you.
Oh, you love me? Right, a cuddle. Oh. There's some people will never forgive me for what I've done. They will never forgive me, and I understand that. And there's people shut doors on me and things like that. But my door is always ajar. So that if anybody wants to come, they can come and we can sit down and blather. Because the majority of people that have shut the door on me have never really sat down and spoke to me about what it was like to be who I am.
Changing gender is a little easier if you have the help and support of your family. 17-year-old B is now 4 months into her hormone therapy. Her dad, Wattie, likes to catch up on her progress whenever he can.
Right, so come on, spill the beans with the hormones. Because I was expecting to turn into a Rottweiler.
Oh no, I have.
How do you mean you have?
I'm a crazy
Been
bitch.
alright with me for a change.
I'm a crazy bitch. I started grating on the front of Holly because I thought World War III was going to happen. I'm actually losing it.
Sorry to say, Steve, but I think you lost it a long time ago. I think I lost it today, so...
But I think I'm losing it even more now.
Bee's career as a makeup artist is progressing nicely. But when she needs extra money, she does a less glamorous job, working with her dad for a cleaning services company.
Try and get somewhere at this top. It's right here.
It's because the sun keeps going to marry.
That's kind of the main bit. We have a really good working relationship. It gives us a chance to actually talk to each other. It's quite a pleasurable day most of the time.
Everybody wears the shoes. No, it doesn't look.
Yes,
so
they do. I'm not
I never last time. You never last time. So I can't.
Cover us.
Dad, it's fine.
We were doing a builder's cleaning at school, and B was with us as usual. And one of the cleaners came up to me and said to me, she says, we've got a wee bit of problem, what? She says, two of the builders fancy B. It's really strange emotions, because one minute we're sort of thinking, you know, like, because of the situation with B, you don't know whether to sort of, you just don't know. You don't know whether to be happy or whether to worry. I mean, obviously we worry. So it's, you know, you just don't know.
If anybody has got anything to say with me, I don't know how I'm going to handle that, so I just tend to get away from them situations as hard as I can. I try not to talk to anybody. I just get on with my job.
Come back and switch your pressure washer off, and then we'll paint it again, alright?
Have I got makeup everywhere?
No, you're okay.
Good.
Okay? Right, come on.
Most of the people I work with know that B is transgender and know that I'm proud of her. And there's times when you think, right, you know, but to be honest, I'm proud of her. She's doing really well.
Bee's dad is there for her every day as she makes the difficult transition from boy to girl. Anne is living and working full-time as a woman in the hope that she will be offered surgery. And adjusting to life as a trans woman means even small steps take on huge significance.
Well, today's my first day in my stagecoach skirt. I've worn a skirt plenty of times out and about, but I've never been to work in a skirt before, so this is going to be a first for me. So hence I'm a little bit nervous today.
Are you surprised at how nervous you are?
Yeah, very surprised, yeah. Because I've been living full time now for 2 years, but never been to work in a skirt before. So I'm just a little apprehensive as to how the guys at work are going to see me. Like, the stagecoach skirt isn't exactly the most flattering of skirts, but it's too baggy. Doesn't sit right, not as far as I'm concerned, but that'll have to do.
But it's something that you want to do, and
yeah, that's something I've been wanting to do for a while now. So now that I've got the skirt now, and may as well just get on with it. Get this little step out of the way, and move on to the next step, whatever that will be.
Anne has been in transition now for almost 2 years. Many of her colleagues have accepted her for who she is, but today is still a daunting moment.
what sort of thoughts are going through your head right now?
Oh, crazy thoughts like, are they going to laugh at me? Are they going to talk behind my back? Usual fears that I first initially had when I first came out as Anne. At the end of the day, I didn't have anything to worry about. I'm pretty sure I've got nothing to worry about today, but just can't help but worry.
But
you've sort of faced these barriers in the past before?
Oh yeah, I've faced them countless times, but not for a while now, so this is the first time I've had these feelings for a good year or so now. Stomach's doing knots at the moment. I'm sure I'll be fine.
So far, Anne's fears of ridicule seem to be unfounded.
So far, so good. Doing exactly what I want to do, nothing. No reactions as yet.
Hope you've shaved your legs now.
I have.
That's alright now. Cheeky sod.
Nice legs.
Careful now.
Nice legs. No, just gonna bother me. Just bother me.
Confidence-wise, she's coming into her own now, and I reckon after the operation and stuff, she'll be complete, so to say. So, no, good luck to her.
Every step takes Anne closer to her dream of being approved for gender reassignment surgery. It's been a year since Carla went through that experience. She's slowly growing in confidence as a woman and has no regrets about the part of her that has gone.
I've always felt, when I was about 5 years old, I just remembered that I hated this thing. I hated having it, and I found it difficult to, form a relationship with women because of that. And it was just like as if we're at war with yourself all the time. A lot of people say when they get their limbs amputated and things like that, And I remember I woke up for the hospital and just coming in from anaesthetic. And I went and put it on it, going to scratch my butt down there, and I put my hand in, and I was like, oh, it's finally happened, and I was like, oof. But it just felt, what they call the phantom penis. It just felt, I had that wee itch, and it just, and it was gone. It does feel good physically and mentally, because you're finally free. And it's like free as a bird, and you can just go out there and just find out what life's all about again, and and you spent like so many years suppressed, and all of a sudden you're just unleashed.
As Carla continues to grow in confidence, she gets a boost from dressing with style.
We're going to find some treasures in here, as I call it, my little treasure. One thing that I've learned over the years is that whatever clothes you wear, it has to match your personality. You know what I mean? I mean, like this dress, for example, that kind of symbolise, wild and fun living. If I was boring or anything like that, I wouldn't wear this, would I? Nothing men love better than a little bit of glam and sophistication, and and that's much more kind of sexier in a woman. This top, I love the little diamante, design on the top, and it brings out the wild side of me. I still don't feel 100% comfortable with my figure, but I know I'm getting there, and but I know, these things can't be rushed, with different things, with the hormones and things like that, because it's not something it happens overnight, so it still takes time.
Hormone therapy helps to physically transform people into the gender they wish to become. But the depression and mood swings it can cause make life on the treatment extremely difficult.
Throughout her transition, she's been hurt by quite a few people, like name calling, this, that, and next thing. So she's built this thing up, and everything's perfect. If you look at her, everything's perfect in her world. But inside, she's in bits.
After only 5 months of hormone therapy, Bea fell into a deep depression.
There was something really strange that night. And on reflection, I should have jumped to it, but you just, all right, she's having a bad day today.
Late one evening, Bea's parents received a message from her friend saying that she had left the house and was threatening to commit suicide.
We just jumped up out of bed, shoved slippers on, and were just running about the streets looking for her. Couldn't find her.
You presume the worst. Without going into too many details, you actually presume the worst. And you have... your emotions just go out of place.
We were just frantic, just worried sick.
It's scary. Very scary.
Bea was finally found sitting on the pavement in a nearby street.
I was going to jump in front of a bus, but like, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, so I couldn't. I was going to hang myself.
All she just kept saying was, I want to die, I want to die.
Just kept on telling myself that I just didn't want to be here. I just wanted to get it end on me.
I just never ever thought I would hear any of my kids talking like that. It was horrible.
I put my hands up. I went and had a greet. I went inside and had a greet. I go to the situation, made sure Bea was safe, and at that point, I turned to jelly. And I'm quite proud to say that. I turned to jelly. I was standing in that garage, greeting my eyes out, wondering, how am I going to sort this? As a parent, I found that you're out of control of the situation. You can control so many factors, but you can't control that. There's no way, because if that person's brain says that's the end of it, they will find a way, or they will find a means to do it. And that is the scariest thoughts.
I feel like death. I still feel like death. But the only way is up.
Today, young transgender women like Bea are offered support and treatment to help with the physical and emotional challenges of transition. But in the past, older generations of trans women lived much of their lives as men before finding the courage to tell the world who they really are. In a previous life, Gladys was a successful antiques dealer and happily married for 43 years. Her wife passed away in 2003. That same year, Gladys shocked her family by coming out as transgender and began her transition from male to female.
Well, used to be a man called Jim, and one day he walked in and just looking what's happening here. Just went down there, got a paper, and came back. Oh, it's me. I'm not Jim anymore. I'm Gladys. I mean, no problem with me. As long as he's happy. She's happy. Now, 249, please.
Gladys went for her operation in 2005, making herself a subject of curiosity in her local village.
Gladys, can I see your operation? Guy, come in to the ladies. That's a better vagina than I've got, you know. Get stuck in the mud.
But even for Gladys, changing from male to female in a small Scottish village came with its challenges.
A good number of years ago when I first came out, I used to come down here and walk with my dog. And I came in here one night and the Neds were over at the table where the chairs are, and they started to give me a wee bit of abuse, and I just whipped out the golf club that had tucked down my trouser leg, and I said, any one of you baskets give me any more annoyance or you try to abuse me anymore. I said, I know where you all live and I'll get you some night that you're not expecting it. And they said, oh no, you can't do that, we can report you to the police. I said, by the time I knock you out, you'll know time to report me to the police. And after that I get no hassle. Where's my favourite butchery in?
Afternoon, by the side, then you alright?
Good afternoon, I'm fine. Half a dozen sliced sausages, please. When do you take me out to a dinner dance?
Never. You're bastard, you're too old.
I'm not too old. Bye, handsome, I'll get a kiss later.
Oh, no chance of that. You have to pay for that. See you later,
Is the kiss is going to be cheaper than the meat? I've enjoyed being who I am for the last 8 or 9 years, and come in here and they all, Gladys, show us your tits. No, scrub that, I'm only kidding. Are you and I going out on a date tonight?
You show me your bits and I'll show you mine.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. You've got what a man wants now, so you can get a man anytime you like. But I'm very particular who I make friends with.
Gladys has finally become the woman she always felt inside, but for many years she hid her true identity and lived like any other man. In an effort to suppress their strong inner feelings of femininity, many trans women choose traditionally masculine careers.
In this photograph, I'm on the ranges in Ballykinler doing some shooting practice with my platoon. And then on the second picture, I'm in Berlin. I was just about a year into my army career there.
Anne served 12 years with the Black Watch Regiment in Berlin, Hong Kong and Northern Ireland.
Well, it was just try and toughen up, try and be a man, try and do something positive in my life, because if I didn't join the army, then I probably would have went down a road that was probably going to see me in jail or whatever, you know.
This weekend is the annual reunion of Anne's Black Watch Regiment. It's been 2 years since she first came out to the members of her battalion.
Sitting here talking about transformation, or you came out with the story that you were going to be this, change your personality from a man to a lady, and then the reunion that you came to, and we spent ages on the phone saying, look, just come, I'll meet you at the door.
Just go.
I'll just come, I'm going to stand at the door, I'll meet you. And you came. You were the horriblest horror I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely horror. I thought, oh my God, you don't look like a woman, you don't walk like a woman, you are not a woman. And I look at you now, which is what, 2 years later?
2 years ago,
You've got a figure. You're no good looking, but you're getting there. But what a transformation.
And not only your, as Jimmy said, your carriage, the way you walk, stand, talk, your whole, everything about you is progressed to what you are aiming for.
What are you trying to say? You fancy it?
Not yet, but I might do. Give me a chance there.
We were all brothers when we were in the battalion, and we lost a brother when Anne decided to change, but we gained a sister. That's what I said to you the other day.
The person inside is no different. You know, you're still the same person that we knew years ago. Your outward appearance will change, but your personality as a person isn't going to change at all.
It's like to tell everybody I see, I goes, think of me as your favourite book. The contents are still the same, it's just the cover that's changed.
The cover's changed, right?
Basically.
And it's true.
So the inside's still the same?
Aye.
Miserable and tight-fisted?
Aye, miserable and tight-fisted and a drunk. Basically. They've got my back, I've got their back. You know, I can rely on them. You know, they're the only friends, really, that I can rely on. If I'm down, they're there to pick me up. If I need help, they're there to offer it.
Perfect side of the air. He's beginning to drool. He's drooling there.
Well, they see it as being brave and being courageous, which is fair enough. But to me, it was that or nothing. It had to be done.
Anne is getting through her transition one step at a time, helped by the support and acceptance of her friends and family. Jan was once the victim of bullying and discrimination. In her quest to raise awareness and make things easier for trans generations to come, Jan is telling her story wherever she can. Tonight she's taking part in an open mic event at a local comedy club.
61. Goodness me. I never thought I would be doing this. I didn't. And I just want to... I suppose it's like football players. I'm going to... This could be my cup final and I want to enjoy it. I didn't want to be there and it fly past. So... Get my best shot. My very best shot. And if it goes well, you never know what could happen, eh?
With absolutely no experience of comedy, Jan will attempt to go on stage and deliver a 5-minute set.
And everybody else is now watching you with bated breath.
She's one of 6 fledgling comics waiting backstage to go in front of a live audience for the very first time.
If you get to the end of everything you have to say, and you haven't done 5 minutes, don't worry about it. Just say, that's me, thanks very much, pop the mic back and go. You don't have to stand there and kill time. If you've said all you got to say, it's fine, just say your name and sally off. Don't worry about the audience, they'll be fine.
Good evening, Edinburgh, how you doing? I've recently turned 18.
About 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes, I did take shakes in my legs, but I'm fine. It's like as if it's past and I'm dealing with it. As I say, the thing will be when I go through the door and the adrenaline rush and trying to really control that and the nerves as well.
Jan's plan is to take her 1-hour college talk and turn it into a comic routine.
There's always a time, isn't there, in a relationship where you want to... It seems like a good idea to introduce food into your lovemaking.
But compared to a class of beauty therapy students, a comedy club audience is a tough crowd.
Just have to wait and see. It'll be see the reaction I get from the audience when I walk out.
Was it a recent thing for you, love? Was it?
Hopefully the laughs that I got at the college will transmit to here.
Some people who've never been on stage before. You are brilliant. Edinburgh Monday night stand. You're wonderful. Thank you for being part of this. And please welcome to the stage. It's Jan Irvin. Make some noise. Good evening, the stand. How are you all doing? Yous have made a racket. I heard yous back. Anyway, before any confusion, my name's Jan, but it used to be Ian. And if you need an explanation, or you didn't realise there's somebody for Specsavers up the back, they'll test your eyes.
I go back to my operation. It was done in a private hospital. It was paid by the NHS, but I think I'm given a good bit back of what I've been given. So anyway, I had to get my top teeth taken out, so they're pulling them out. But before... Oh, you alright? You're no squeamish, okay? Wait till I come to the punchline. It's surprising, the feedback I get. Oh, you're not what I thought you would be. Really? Well, what were you expecting?
The night of the operation, I hemorrhaged, and I'm lying there gaggers. And the nurse, she just went like that, woof. And I'm thinking, what's going on? And she goes, Jan, I really feel powerful and I really feel as if I've done a great thing. And I goes, what? She says, I'm the first person to have my hand up your new fanny. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say, and I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed your company. Thank you so much.
Very brave and beautiful woman there. That was her first ever gig. And let's have a round of applause.
She was really funny, really, really confident as well. I think she said it was one of her first gigs, but you couldn't tell at all. She was really funny, it was really interesting.
You're wonderful, you really were. If I've made one person get up and walk out of here tonight at the end and think, it's not really what I thought it would be, and things like that, then I think that's been the purpose behind this.
Congratulations, first step, you've done it. There you are, gig number one.
And as I say, I'm never going to change the world, but I would really like to shape the future.
Big smile this time, and then just lips together.
A year on from her operation, Carla is finally settling into life as a complete woman.
The way to kind of look good, you know, I feel good within myself, you know, to look good, you know, and it just comes right through.
That's lovely. And just taking the lips together.
I've done, you know, what I've done, and I'm just loving it. My life is the way it should be, you know.
Lovely. Can you just look at the light for me?
Don't need to be out loud and crowd in, you know, just go there and just love it. Just be you, another person, you know, and you can't get any better than that.
Bea has overcome her suicidal episode and is continuing with her hormone treatment. She's gradually putting the bullying and confusion of the past behind her, with the help of her family and a growing number of supportive friends.
My friends mean everything. It's like when we eyebrow.
I'm always going to support her. I plan on knowing you forever. I plan on never, like, not having you around as a pal. Like, I love spending. Nah, I've had such a good time, and I just think, you know, I'm here for you 100% in every situation, and I love you to bits.
Let's boogie. Still in my place,
Living full-time as a woman for over 2 years, Anne has finally been accepted for gender reassignment surgery. She's travelling to Brighton with her sister Victoria to have the operation that will physically transform her from male to female. It's a huge day for Anne, the moment she's been nervously anticipating for a long time.
Very, 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 very nervous. Absolutely bricking it right now. I just want to get in there and get it done. My guts are doing somersaults as well.
A specialist clinic in Brighton is the only place in Britain to offer gender reassignment surgery on the NHS. And like the many others before her, Anne is facing a complex and life-changing operation.
The transition to actual female is going to be quite a traumatic thing, I would imagine, because it's not just an easy option, it's a big operation, and hopefully she comes out well at the end of it. gets herself on her feet again and she gets the support she needs.
It's been 5 years since I first heard that word transgender. And it's been small little steps, sometimes a couple of steps backwards, but to get here is probably the biggest achievement of my life. And to get on that operating table tomorrow. I was really nervous coming here yesterday, really bricking it big still, but the minute I walked in through that door, all those feelings just evaporated, and it was just an amazing feeling of just relaxed, contentedness. I'm here, that's it. Job done, you know. Any second thoughts? No, none whatsoever. I know I'm doing the right thing for me, and that's all that matters.
Pain should not be an issue, and we'll make sure that if you have any pain, we're on it straight away.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to worry about that.
No problem.
If you bleed, it's par for the course, all right, because it's very vascular. So if you do bleed, you'll notice we don't panic, so I don't want you panicking,
Right.
all right?
Thank God. It's my chance now, you know, it's my turn. I've been jealous of everybody else. And they've gone in and come back and they've told me, but now it's my turn.
Excited?
Yep.
Please, may I check your name badge?
Yes. I'm just a quirk of nature, really, you know. And all I'm doing is correcting that mistake. I'm a big believer in evolution and all that stuff. I just believe that something happened, nobody's to blame for it. And this is the only way we can fix it.
What would you be doing if you weren't here, Anne?
I'll be driving the number 10 bus. Town centre to Boroughmuir.
To where?
Boroughmuir.
What did you
Is that a double decker?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing now.